Okay, so let's unpack this. I want you to close your eyes for a second and just picture a very specific time and place.
Right?
It is 1989. We are in Tokyo, Japan.
The absolute peak, the fever pitch of the bubble economy.
Exactly. The neon is brighter, the shoulder pads are bigger, and there's just money flowing like water. It's a time of total excess.
Mm.
But this wasn't just the end of the 80s. It was the start of a really specific cultural phenomenon that just completely reshaped the adult entertainment landscape in Japan.
We're talking about the big busk boom.
The Kyunyu boom, as it's known there.
It really was a pivotal moment. I mean, if you look at the media from before that time, the magazines, movies, posters, the beauty standard was very different.
Much slimmer, more petite.
Very idol-like in that traditional sense, yeah. But 1989, that was a sharp turn, a really distinct shift toward a whole new aesthetic. And right at the center of that storm was one person.
We are doing a deep dive into the legend of Kimiko Matsuzaka.
And legend is the right word.
I'm using it very deliberately. Her story, it reads less like a biography and, I don't know, more like a modern myth. She wasn't just a performer in some niche industry.
No, she was a mainstream celebrity.
She crossed over into anime, music, primetime television.
And then, and this is the part that I think really cements her legendary status, just as fast as she appeared.
She was gone.
Vanished.
That's the part that keeps me up at night.
Mm-hmm.
So our mission today is to explore how a regular university student from Kobe becomes an industry titan, completely revolutionizes beauty standards, and then disappears.
Into total obscurity as a regular office worker.
You've got a stack of sources here. There are biography excerpts, really detailed wiki entries on her filmography, and even some 2026 FAQ updates on her current status.
And look, just a quick policy note before we really dive in. We're looking at this from a very specific angle.
Right. This is about the business, the marketing, the pop culture impact.
Exactly. We're not here to get into the graphic details of the content itself. This is about analyzing the idol phenomenon, the economics of fame, and how one person just completely disrupted an entire industry.
Yeah, this is a story about marketing genius.
Yeah.
So let's start at the very beginning, the origin story. Who was she before all the billboards?
Well, the biographical data says she was born in Kobe. The exact date is a little fuzzy. Some sources say February 10th, others October 21st, 1969.
But the date isn't really the important part.
No. What's important is that she was a young woman attending Atsuma Women's University. She was a student.
Just a normal college student, going to class, studying.
Exactly. And while she's doing that, she gets scouted by Toru Muranishi.
Okay, now that is a huge name. If you know anything about this industry's history in Japan, Muranishi is a giant.
He's a very famous, very controversial, and very disruptive director, the maverick entrepreneur of the whole scene at the time.
So he saw something in her.
Immediately. She made her debut with a company called Diamond Visual. The release was called Dekaino Meke, and it dropped on February 1st, 1989.
And here's where the story takes its first, really interesting turn. This was supposed to be a one-and-done deal, right?
Yes, that's what the production notes suggest, yeah. A single release.
A one-off project.
A college student makes some quick money during the bubble era, films it, goes back to class, and that's the end of the story.
But the market had other plans.
Completely different plans. The market reaction was instantaneous, and it was overwhelming.
It just blew up.
It sold thousands of copies immediately. And you have to remember, this is the era of VHS tapes, of physical distribution. It just flew off the shelves. It didn't just launch a career.
Yeah, it launched a whole genre.
It really did.
Okay, we have to talk about the marketing here. Because when you look at the posters from that time, there's this number that just keeps popping up. 110.7.
Yes, the 110.7 centimeter bust measurement.
Which is, it's a gigantic number,
Yeah.
a staggering number. But it's not just a measurement, is it? It's a code. This is that nerdy linguistic detail I love about Japanese marketing.
It's a brilliant piece of wordplay. Agorowace, which is number wordplay.
Right.
So it wasn't just a random number from a tape measure. In Japanese, the number 110 can be pronounced I-O-O. I means good.
Okay.
And the number 7, if you look at it, it looks a lot like the katakana character for na.
So you take I-O and you add na. You get I-ona.
Which means good woman or Fine woman.
That is genius.
Yeah.
So when you saw 110.7 on a magazine cover, you weren't just reading a metric size.
You were reading a slogan, a catchphrase. It turned a physical attribute into branding.
So what was the reality?
Well, industry researchers suggest her actual size was probably in the upper 90s, a metric G75.
Which is still very significant for 1989 Japan.
Oh, absolutely. But inflating it to 110.7 was just a masterclass in publicity. And it worked perfectly.
It created this larger-than-life persona.
It set the trend. I mean, sure, there had been admiration for larger figures before, like back in 1950s cinema with actresses like Michiko Maeda.
Right.
But industry authorities all point to Matsuzaka as the spark. She's the one who started the modern big bust genre in the 90s.
So Diamond Visual realizes they have a literal gold mine on their hands.
And they do not waste time.
They put her on a schedule that just sounds exhausting, even by today's standards.
Industrial scale is the only way to describe it.
Yeah.
They capitalized on that first hit and then declared the first day of every month Large Breast Day. Kyonyu no High.
Wait. They made a holiday, Large Breast Day.
Every single month.
Wow.
And every month on the first, a new Kimiko Matsuzaka title dropped. For nearly 2 years straight. It was relentless.
But how do you keep that fresh? I mean, if you're releasing a video every 30 days, it can't just be the same thing over and over.
Right, you have to iterate, and that's where you see this evolution into cosplay and roleplay.
I was looking at the filmography in one of the sources, and the variety is just, it's incredible.
It is. Starting around her 5th video, she stopped playing just herself and started playing characters. The first one was a news reporter.
And the list of jobs just gets better. She was a doctor, an attorney.
A professional golfer.
Yes. Pro golfer. Kimiko. That might be my favorite title.
I don't know. I think high government official Kimiko takes the prize for me.
High government official Kimiko. The idea of someone picking that VHS tape up is just hilarious. It adds this layer of, like, sitcom variety to her career.
It does, but there's a business purpose, too.
Okay.
By casting her as these authority figures, a doctor, a government official, they were putting her in every part of society.
She's not just an idol anymore.
She's playing professionals. It expands her appeal. And it really shows how much the whole company was built on her. She was the franchise. She was their entire universe.
But she didn't stay in that one industry. And this is what separates her from so many others. There's usually this wall between that world and mainstream media.
And she smashed right through it.
She broke containment.
It is so rare, especially back then. But she just leaped right over that barrier.
Okay, let's just run through the resume. Because if you didn't know the context, you'd think we were talking about a standard pop idol. First up, anime voice acting.
Right. For the adult sci-fi anime Demon Beast Invasion. So it's adjacent to her industry, sure, but voice acting is a real skill. It put her voice into the booming anime market.
And then she had a music career. She recorded a duet.
Sorsor du Saruno with LaSalle Ishii in November 1990.
And we should clarify for you, LaSalle Ishii is not some obscure artist.
No, not at all. He's a really well-known comedian, an actor, a TV personality. This wasn't some underground track.
It's like an adult star today dropping a song with a cast member from Saturday Night Live.
Exactly. And she was on TV, real primetime TV.
On variety shows like All Night Fuji, primetime dramas, talk shows. She was everywhere.
All the general interest magazines, too. Tokyo Sports, Popular Weekly.
There's also this fascinating mention of how-to videos, like instructional content.
Yes, this is a great little sidebar. She worked with another legend, Kaoru Kuroki. They released these videos where Matsuzaka would demonstrate techniques.
While Kuroki provided the lecture.
Kind of like a university seminar. It framed them as experts, as professors in their field. It's a very different branding from just pure entertainment. It positions her as an authority.
And financially, this must have been just huge for her. We're talking about serious wealth.
Oh, absolutely. In a 1990 interview with the Associated Press, and again, notice the mainstream press coverage, she said she was making 5 times the average salary for a woman her age.
And she said, I see myself as a success story.
She owned it. She wasn't hiding. She treated herself like a business.
Which makes what happened next just so surprising.
The departure.
Because if you just look at her impact, it feels like she was around forever. But when you actually crunch the dates.
She really wasn't. Her whole career was incredibly condensed. Her last video, Sexual Game, came out in October 1990.
Okay, let's do the math on that.
Yeah.
She debuts February 89, retires October 90.
Yeah.
That's what?
About 1 year and 8 months. That's it.
That is insane. To have that much cultural impact, to launch a genre, to be on TV, release music, become a household name.
Mm-hmm.
all in less than 2 years.
It really speaks to the intensity of that boom during the bubble economy. But her leaving had massive consequences.
I'm in the visual.
Yeah. She basically built that company. They were the largest in Japan at the time because of her. And when she left,
What happened?
within a year, Diamond Visual declared bankruptcy.
Wow. Just gone.
That is how much the entire company relied on her. It is the textbook definition of key person risk. When she walked away, the whole pillar just collapsed.
So where does she go? She retires in late 1990. She's young, she's famous, she's wealthy.
Well, there was this brief transition period. She worked at a club in Akasaka called Milk Hall.
With Kaoru Kuroki, her co-star.
That's right. So for a short time, you could just walk into a club and see the two most famous women in the industry working the floor.
That must have been surreal for people.
I would imagine so. But then, by the spring of 1991, she just ceased all public appearances, cited personal problems, and then reports surfaced about what she did next. And this is the part that always gets people.
She got a job. A normal job.
She took a job as a standard commuting office lady. An OL.
An office lady. For listeners who might not know, an OL in 90s Japan is a clerical role. You're answering phones, filing paperwork.
It is the absolute epitome of a normal, average, anonymous job.
So she goes from being the face of a national phenomenon, making 5 times the average salary, to sitting at a desk and making photocopies.
That's what it appears. And she committed to it.
Yeah.
She just vanished into that life.
It's such a drastic pivot. It's almost hard to wrap your head around. Usually people cling to that kind of fame.
Right. They try for a reality show. They write a tell-all book, something.
And she left at her peak. She wasn't pushed out by the next big thing.
No, she stopped the car while it was going 100 miles an hour and just got out.
We have this source here, the FAQs 2026. What does it say about where she is now?
Well, the 2026 update calculates her age at 56. It notes there are no death rumors, which is good, but it really emphasizes that she has maintained total, complete privacy.
It says, supposedly 2026 has been a busy year, but they have no details. It's like the internet knows everything about everyone, except her.
Exactly. It just highlights the flash-in-the-pan nature of her massive fame versus the quiet life she chose. She achieved this pinnacle of notoriety and then successfully reclaimed her anonymity.
Which is almost impossible to do now.
She effectively became a ghost.
So what does it all mean? You look at this timeline. University student to industry savior to mainstream icon to office worker to...
Myth? I think her legacy is twofold. First, on the industry side, she permanently shifted preferences. The big bus boom didn't stop when she retired. She proved the market was there and the industry pivoted to serve it. Forever.
She basically built the foundation for an entire category that's now a staple.
And the second part is the personal story. It's about agency. In an industry that is often, criticized for exploitation, her story stands out.
She went in, she dominated, she made her money.
And she left. On her own terms. It really challenges the usual narrative. She saw herself as a success story, and her exit seems to prove it. She used the industry. It didn't use her.
The fact that Diamond Visual went bankrupt without her proves she was the one with the power. She was the asset.
Precisely. She held all the cards.
It's just fascinating to think about someone sitting in an office in Tokyo in the mid-90s, filing invoices or something.
Yeah.
And her coworkers have no idea that she's the person who literally invented Large Breast Day.
It's a surreal image, but that seems to be the life she wanted.
It really brings up a provocative thought for me to leave with our listener. We live in this time where fame is currency. Everyone wants to be an influencer, a star.
True. It's the ultimate goal for so many people.
But I want you to consider the concept of disposable fame. Think about Kimiko Matsuzaka. She was the single most famous face in her industry, generated massive wealth, changed cultural trends, and then just walked away to a desk job.
And never came back. No reunion tours, no podcasts.
Never came back. Is that the ultimate freedom? To be able to conquer a world, take what you need from it, the money, the experience, and then just leave it behind, like a finished book.
It's a powerful thought. Usually the industry consumes the talent. In this case, it feels like the talent consumed the industry and then just moved on.
That's a great way to put it. Most people are trapped by their fame. She used it as a tool and then put it away when she was done.
From the marketing pun of 110.7 to the bankruptcy of a major studio, her story is one for the history books. A true icon of the bubble era.
Thanks for diving deep with us today. It's been a fascinating ride.
Always a pleasure.
I'll catch you on the next one. Stay curious.